Play the most brutal shooter of the year. Warhammer 40k Darktide is the much-anticipated co-op action shooter from an award-winning team of developers. Available now on PC. Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we'll be looking at the best weapons for starting out in Warhammer 40k Darktide. For this list, we'll be looking at the top weapons beginners should be looking out for with the 4 original classes. Which class are you leaning forward to playing in Warhammer 40k Darktide? Let us know in the comments below. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Veteran Sharpshooter. Like the troopers of Astra Militarum's name suggests, the veteran sharpshooter is built for long-range combat with precision weapons. This means it'll be up to them to take out enemies from a distance, such as the pesky scab sniper, who will definitely cause a lot of damage to your team if not put down quickly. The veteran sharpshooter's ability is volley fire, which increases your ranged damage by 50% and tags nearby elites and specials.
Eliminating primary target!
The veteran sharpshooter will start off with a scoped Cantrail MG infantry lace gun. With this semi-automatic weapon, the player will be able to fire extremely accurate shots from a faraway distance with not too much recoil to inhibit the user. For their melee weapon, they'll be equipped with a standard-issue Munitorum Sapper Shovel, which is the perfect accompaniment to their ranged weapon, as it's able to deal great damage to the enemy hordes that rush up close to you. For those looking for a more run-and-gun approach, we highly recommend equipping your veteran sharpshooter with an Agrippina Mark I sighted autogun. With this, you'll be able to spray and pray your way through the mission, all the while taking great advantage of your volley fire ability.
Readying kill shots!
For an early melee weapon, we recommend picking up the Katachan Mark III combat knife, which trades the shovel's range for faster high DPS attacks. Zealot Preacher. Absolute allegiance to the Emperor is not a rarity when it comes to the characters of Darktide, but none are as devoted as the loose cannon Zealot Preacher. Steeped in madness, this Emperor-worshipping warrior uses their rage to their advantage by jumping right into the heart of battle with a weapon in hand.
Oh my God, Emperor's name!
Pain only makes them more powerful, and their abilities also reflect this. Chastise the Wicked allows the player to charge at the enemies, boosting some parameters and guaranteeing a blood-soaked critical hit.
I've got you now.
Starting off, the Zealot Preacher will be armed with a Rashad Mark II combat axe and a Luss Mark III Shredder auto pistol. As you can imagine, these specialize in close quarters combat, which is where the Zealot Preacher will do most of their brawling. Think of the auto pistol as a sort of Uzi, spraying out ammo that can mow down foes in one concentrated burst. The hand axe is also very well suited to the Zealot Preacher starting out, as it can break through most enemies' defenses, and trust us, that's something you're going to need considering all the heavy armored foes you'll come across. But if these starter weapons are well paired with the Zealot Preacher, what advice could we possibly offer? Well, there's 2 suggestions we believe will really help round this class's skills out. First of all, we recommend picking up a Columnist Mark II braced autogun. While the auto pistol is excellent for being in the heart of battle, the melee weapon should be your priority in that area, so it often feels a little redundant. This braced autogun, however, will grant you the ability to target more enemies from afar, which you'll often have to do if you're running low on health or being targeted by an enemy from a distance. Second would be the Turtulski Mark VI Heavy Sword. As mentioned, you'll be spending a lot of time up close and personal with the waves of enemies as the Zealot Preacher. The sword is a much swifter choice than the hand axe and can make cutting down massive hordes a much easier task. But be warned, this sword is far less effective on armored foes, so make sure you have one of your teammates carrying a piercing weapon to back you up.
Time to find that Zealot. Get on out.
Ogryn Skullbreaker.
Get back to heads! Please, nothing!
Is that a demon host?
What the Ogryn Skullbreaker lacks in intelligence, they more than make up for it with raw power. This incredible tank-like abhuman is perfect for players who like to rush headfirst into the chaos thanks to its incredibly high health pool and devastating physical attacks. With its ability Bull Rush, the Ogryn Skullbreaker will charge forward, knocking away enemies, and will grant it a 25% movement and melee attack speed increase for 5 seconds.
Out of their way!
The Ogryn Skullbreaker will first be equipped with a Lorenz Mark V kickback, which, despite having a long time between shots, is perfect for high health enemies as it hits hard at close range. Despite not doing as much damage mid-range due to its high knockback, it's still impressive as you can either stunlock the Scab Sniper threatening your team, or knock over a nasty Dregtox Flamer to give you time to close in for a kill shot. Its melee weapon, the Brunt Special Mark I Club, is perfect for dealing with hordes because it has great cleaving potential, and even if you don't kill your enemies with it, you'll be able to clear a path for your teammates to finish off the stragglers.
Give me cover!
For an early game gun replacement, we recommend picking up a Faux-Ren Mark II Ripper Gun. In comparison to the scatter gun we previously mentioned, the Ripper Gun features more accurate rapid fire in either 3-shot bursts or full auto. Sadly, this means it eats through ammo like crazy, but to offset this downside, it also comes equipped with the bayonet that'll definitely help you out in a pinch. For those looking for something different to the club, we recommend trying out the Krork Mark IV Cleaver for faster, more precise attacks. Psyker Psykinetic. These psychic mutants, aptly known as Psykers, wield powerful mental attacks powered by the Immaterium. Their high-risk, high-reward powers not only allow the player to buff their allies and nerf enemies, but also explode enemies' heads with Brain Burst.
Yes, well done, you hit its head.
This ties into their ability Psykinetic's Wrath, which will instantly reset their Perils of the Warp meter and stagger enemies in front of you. You'll first start off with an Akatran MG Mark II Heavy Lace Pistol and a Katachan Mark I Devil's Claw Sword, both of which are mainly supplementary to your Brain Burst, which is really your best weapon at the early stages. Brain Burst is amazing at ranged attacks as it can take out your foes behind walls and other objects while also stunning lower ranked enemies. Its only detriment is that it takes time to charge, which can leave you vulnerable at times. We recommend complementing the Brain Burst ability with the extremely unique Equinox Mark III Trauma Force Staff. This weapon trades out conventional ammo and instead ties into your peril meter for both powerful ranged and AoE force attacks. For an early melee weapon, we recommend picking up an Obscurus Mark II Force Sword. With this weapon, you can change it up using your psychic power, giving it an incredibly strong close range attack where you stick it right into the enemy's face and electrocute them. Play the most brutal shooter of the year. Warhammer 40k Darktide is the much-anticipated co-op action shooter from an award-winning team of developers. Available now on PC.